Hey, welcome back to me in Overdrive. So, I'm here, I'm finally in Chicago, and I'm so happy. But it's really hot and humid, so I'm probably not as happy as I would be if it were a little bit cooler. Plus, I didn't bring my own hair straightener, so my hair is either gonna be tied up like this or super curly, and that's just how it's gonna be for a few weeks. And you probably can't really tell, but the background is a little bit different. It's much more white, and that's because I am sitting in one of the music practice rooms at the University of Chicago. Anyway, I'm really happy to be here. I'm super excited because of the fabulous, gorgeous campus and this exciting new opportunity, but I am a little bit nervous because of the high course load and every horror story that I've been told. Anyway, even though this is the first week of summer, I've really been in overdrive. Even my dad was. But I will get to that later. So Monday was okay. I spent the morning doing any last minute shopping I needed, stuff like deodorant and bobby pins, really small things that you don't miss until you absolutely need them. And in the afternoon, I went to my friend's birthday party, which was super fun because my entire friend group went bowling. And of course, in the evening, I was just packing and doing laundry. Tuesday was okay. My sister left for Japan in the morning, and my dad and I left for Chicago. Before I move on, you have to know that the place my dad and I went for dinner that evening was amazing. It wasn't deep dish pizza, but hands down, it was the best pizza I have ever had in my entire life. Seriously, if you're ever in Chicago, you have to go to the Pizzeria de Ville. It is totally worth it and it's amazing. Then again, maybe I just haven't had very good pizza and having higher quality pizza was a change. But it was really good, so don't underestimate it. Now, I feel like this might be a good place to mention that this summer I want to do things a little bit differently. I wanted to try something new every week and tell you guys about it, and it might seem like I'm trying to make you jealous, but I promise that is not the point. So, this week's theme is college because my dad and I went to visit three of them, so I'm just gonna rate them for you. And that brings me to why my dad and I were in total overdrive this week. On Wednesday, my dad and I drove to St. Louis from Chicago, which is a 5-hour drive, and honestly, it's really not very enjoyable. But a big round of applause for my dad because he drove 5 hours both ways, totaling in 10 hours of driving time. On Thursday, we drove down to Ann Arbor to see my dad's alma mater, the University of Michigan. It was another long drive, 4 hours, and we lost an hour going there because of the time zone change, but we did gain an hour coming back, so we got to stay in Ann Arbor for dinner. On Friday, we went to Madison, Wisconsin to see the University of Wisconsin at Madison, and that was a lot better because we only had to drive 2 hours to get there. But the session was at 10:30 instead of the normal 1:30, so I did not get to sleep in, which didn't really make me a happy camper. So, that's a lot to do in 1 week. And seriously, thanks to my dad because he did an excellent job of planning and he did all the driving, so. But on to the college reviews. Starting with the Washington University in St. Louis, it is a super prestigious school, and the information session I attended showed that Washington University is nothing to scoff at. Academics wise, it has a very extensive and flexible curriculum, which was great for me, but when you apply, you do have to apply to a specific college, which I didn't like as much. Now, a large factor in when I'm applying to a college is what the campus looks like. In fact, one of the main reasons I really want to go to the University of Chicago is for the awesome, amazing, fabulous, awe-inspiring Gothic architecture. So, in that respect, WashU was pretty good. It was a nice blend of more old-style Gothic and modern architecture. Unfortunately, there were some more uglier buildings thrown in, but it was still pretty nice. In terms of other notable things, WashU has a very extensive counseling system, and I find that really helpful because I tend to be a little indecisive and extra help is always welcome. Then we have the University of Michigan. Again, another super prestigious and very famous school. In terms of academics, it's very flashy. And I don't mean that in the way that it's superficial or just for show. I mean that it's really impressive. It really is. But I didn't like that you had to apply to a specific college. And I know that once you get into the school, you don't have to stick with that college, but it doesn't seem fair that if you don't get into one specific part of the school, you have to wait until next year to apply to a different part. The campus was okay. I mean, I'm really big on what I consider pretty buildings. And there were some really nice Gothic ones and some really nice modern ones, but then there were the rest. But in terms of other notable things, they have many, many, many successful alumni. My dad is one of them. And they really stressed that at the information session, which was nice to see. And overall, University of Michigan is pretty great. And last but definitely not least, the University of Wisconsin at Madison. Fabulous, wonderful, and gorgeous. I loved it the minute I set foot there, and everything good I learned after that was just icing on the cake. They have excellent academics, and you don't have to apply to one specific college, so I liked that. There's lots of diversity in terms of people and things to major in. And it's not as though other colleges don't have that, but I just really noticed it here at University of Wisconsin. Their campus doesn't have many Gothic buildings, but I still loved it. It's so beautiful there, and I highly recommend you visit just to see it, even if you're not actually interested in applying there. So, in order of ranking, here is my list of colleges to apply to. Number 1, the University of Chicago, of course. Number 2, the University of Wisconsin in Madison. Again, a no-brainer. Number 3, the University of Washington in St. Louis. It was originally my number 2, but after seeing the University of Wisconsin in Madison, that changed. Numbers 4, 5, and 6 are colleges which I'm not really going to say right now, but they are there. And of course, there are many, many colleges which I have visited that didn't make my list, and sadly, the University of Michigan is one of them. But please, I am not professionally qualified to be rating schools or influencing any of your decisions. This is honestly just what I think. And the University of Michigan is an amazing school, so if you choose to apply there, please, by all means, go ahead. It's just that I myself won't be applying there. Anyway, last thing, on Saturday I had the orientation for my University of Chicago summer program, so I'm really excited, but I did get really homesick on that first day. But of course, things were better on Sunday. I had a really nice time with my RA group, and so yeah, I'm really happy to be here and I'm having a lot of fun. And if you're ever able, you should definitely do a summer program. It's super fun and totally worth it. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I apologize that it was so long, but I hope you enjoyed it. So make sure you check in to see my next video and let me know if you guys have any suggestions for what you want the themes for my next few videos to be. Also, if you were wondering what this lanyard is, it's my UChicago ID. I have to carry it with me everywhere, so I'm literally wearing it everywhere. And that is all. Bye.